Okay, we're continuing to debug the wire feed speed problem. We replaced the relay, which improves the situation, so now the motor starts immediately when the trigger's pulled. But now it's behaving such that it has an initial RPM speed, and then after a few seconds it increases to another higher RPM speed. So I went ahead and we're looking at the control circuit board. I've got an oscilloscope hooked up to the DC and common, going to the motor so we can look at the waveform. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger. There is the waveform. So what I was just assuming this was a straight up variable DC control for RPM, but it's a little more sophisticated in the manner of the control is pulse width modulation. But I think I see the problem. Let me change the time. So we're looking at 5 microsecond time division and 20 volt DC in the Y direction of the trace. So it looks like initially the pulse width was 10 microseconds, and then we see this shift. Well, there's a negative offset, and then the pulse width shifts up to 20 microseconds. So it doubles, which is consistent with kind of what the behavior of the motor is. It starts at a slow speed or A speed, and it increases perhaps double RPM, which is reflective of what we're seeing. I'm just pulling the trigger again, and you can hear the motor. Well, maybe you can't, but the motor speed changes. Let me change, that's max velocity. Sorry, max rotation on the speed control dial. So I'm going to set it to about half, and so it looks like, let me change the horizontal position a little bit so we can try to get a reading off of this. So it looks like it's 7.5 microseconds initially, and then it goes to 2.5, 2.25 microseconds. I'm sorry, 12.5 microseconds. So it's behaving the same way. So 7, it's roughly doubling. Let's change it down to lowest speed. So there we got a little over. That's interesting. That's a different behavior. So start this back up again. We're about 6 microseconds, and then it shifts down to maybe 4. Let me change the time division so we have a little better resolution. See if we can get that to trigger. I need to change the position. Yeah, so that's totally the opposite behavior. I'm going to reset the position so that we're in line with one of the verticals. Okay, here we go. So that's so roughly 7.5 to start. Shifts down to 4-ish. Okay, so let me go back to the half speed. Totally the opposite. I think we can conclude there's something wrong with the pulse width modulation, which is a deeper problem that probably can going to make difficult to fix. So I will think about this and get back to